Self-defense can mean many things. We often think of it just being like this altercation on the street, but it's protecting yourself against the wrong kind of energy. Sometimes that can even mean the new person in class who doesn't know what to do, but so they're just kind of trying to add their weight or hurt you in ways that make sense to them. And a very common thing that people will try to do instinctively is grind your throat. So we're going to take a look at how to escape, defend and escape that situation, how to submit them if we can, and if they try to stop our submission, how we can sweep them and finish from the top. So very important. Stefan's got his forearm across my throat here. As he adds weight, you hear more and more change in my voice. When he adds that weight, I need to take the weight off. The hidden tool here is my spine. My ankles stay crossed. As he adds weight, I lift my hips here. So you'll notice as well, I turn my head to the side just in case at the peak of my hip lift, he's not I haven't taken all the pressure off. From here, I'm going to hold his neck, hold his tricep, lift my hips a little extra, and pop his arm off here. Now, from here, I don't want to let him get his arm back. I need to keep, right? I need to keep that position I've earned. So one way or another, I need to connect my hands and squeeze him tight here. Now, the classic option here is to try to submit them, but more fundamental than that is just getting away. So from here, we're going to straighten this leg and point the toes to the side to help get our hips out. Now, we bring our shoulder back. So my shoulder was tucked in. I pull it back, and now I'm on the side of him. From here, my first option is to hold his lat, swing this leg hard towards the ground to help me get up to my elbow. Then again, to get up to my hand. From here, I can put my hand on his armpit or his head, stand in base, and either get away, or if he insists, again, we can dive in for our guillotine. So, one more time. Stefan's grinding, we lift the hips, hold the neck, little pop, push across. Now, one more time, we need some kind of control. You can get a gable grip, rear naked grip. We'll talk about those in a sec. I get my hips out. Now I pull my shoulder out. Now I swing as I hold onto his lat. I swing to get up to my elbow, up to my hand, hold in his armpit or his head. Ideally not the neck, but the temple, unless he's super sweaty. You don't want to slip off. But the temple, turn into me. It's very hard for him to turn in against his own temple.
I'm actually helping you stand up.
Exactly.
Too.
He's pressuring into me when I stand.
So you're grabbing my lat to come round to my side to make sure that I don't get back on top of you.
Exactly. Well, I'm grabbing it for two reasons. So we said when we were here, we wanted to hold him tight. Grabbing the lat has a similar effect because now he has no space. Let's rotate a bit. He has no space to get his arm back. Now we get up all the way, or rather we put this hand in place, stand in base here. Now, the classic finish from here is we let the hips pop cross and we look to finish him with an arm triangle. My right arm is going to go fully straight because what I need is to open up the space in the elbow. If this is Stefan's neck and I push it in here, you'll notice there's going to be a gap between his neck and the elbow. But if you open it up, now you can get all that space removed, have all that space removed. We straighten this arm, take away that space, and then we're going to push. So we're squeezing our elbow and our hand together. Now we bite, and now this hand comes up here. This is the classic finish. If I can't reach behind my head, no problem. I just reach for it. I could come in front of his head, but that changed the angle slightly. I prefer to reach for my head, squeeze my elbows together, pull my knees to my chest, and count to 10. Count to 10 always because chokes, unlike joint locks, are not binary. It's not like you have it or you don't. Sometimes you have a little pressure and you just need to hold it for long enough. If you don't count 10, if you don't count for some period, it's easy to burn yourself out. Just use all your energy in the first few seconds, and we need to conserve our energy, especially in self-defense. If your move doesn't work, you have to be ready to go for potentially another, who knows, hour.
How many times does a guy tell you, man, I was so close to being out.
Right. Yeah.
I was so close to tapping.
And then you let go, right?
And then you let go. So exactly. I like that count to 10 thing.
Yeah, so we're here, hips up, boom, push across. This again is the classic finish. Boom. So when I squeeze and I bend, now I don't just let go and come here. I'm continuing to squeeze with my forearm, my bicep. Now I go as deep as I can, I reach, and I squeeze while I count. Here. Now, a beautiful variation on this from Faraz Zahabi. You'll notice with Stefan, if we rotate, even though I'm tapping him, this is not the easiest grip for me. I would prefer to be way deeper, but given his size, it's a little tricky here. So I'll still tap him, again with my 10 count, but a beautiful option we have here, a different approach that doesn't require us to be as big, is holding tight, hipping out, doing all the same work, pulling our shoulder out, and coming to the side of him here. Let's rotate. Once I'm on the side of him, I'm going to shoot this arm deeper again and bite strong. Now we do the same thing, but now it's a different choke, yeah?
Yeah, it's the forearm just digging into the side of my neck.
Right. If you know the Darce choke, it's more of a biting choke. It's rather than a kind of slow, gradual blood choke.
It's more painful.
Oh, much more painful, yeah. So we're here, I shoot this up. My palm is facing his feet so that the blade of the inside of the arm is against his neck. I shoot this arm deep and I squeeze. Now I'm trying to get on my side either to get away or to get this arm triangle. One thing he can do to shut me down is circle to his right. Because now, boom, I'm flat here, right? So I try again and he tries again. Boom. I'm going to keep insisting on this until I keep insisting so that he keeps coming back. When I feel him come back, I'm actually going to respond by going the opposite way. Okay. Now, even if Stefan's knee is down, his weight is very centered, I'm either going to get a butterfly hook here, or if there's no space, I get a grapevine, pull it out, then I come here. Now, Stefan is going to feel very heavy here. Okay. I need to pull his weight onto me. Now, he gets very light. So we're here, he's grinding, I lift, boom, connect the hands, hips out, he chases me, I go again, he chases me, I hip up the other way. If this leg is up, your job is super easy. Right here, no problem. If it's down, you have to grapevine to extend, get that hook, now pull him on top and watch my left leg. It slides to the ground, so it kind of carves his knee out of the way. Here, so now his base is pretty much gone. My right leg is pulling towards me and lifting here. From another angle. Now, when we want to finish, there are so many ways to finish the arm triangle, different tricks and tools people have. This is a very, very simple way to finish. I actually learned just a few weeks ago from one of my students and coaches, Carlos Quinones, one of my brown belts. We're going to always walk this hand as deep as you can. I like to fork my fingers on his head as opposed to keep my palm on his head, because notice my elbow placement. When I go palm, my elbow has to come in closer. It's very awkward for me to do this. And what I'm trying to do is walk my right elbow to my left. So if I come here, it's hard to get as deep as if I come here. Now you'll notice I start with a spider walk here, with my fingers climbing like this, but I can only get so deep. So I use this pinky rotation. My pinky knuckle here bases into the ground, then I do a wrist curl, and it pulls my whole forearm in. Then I replace and I do it again. I'll lift his head to do it even more. Now, this hand reaches hard for his lat. One beautiful detail from John Danaher. Look right now where my shoulder is on his jaw here, or it's on his jaw. If I move everything down, now you notice there's a difference, right? It's just on his neck. So every time you're doing an arm triangle, before you dismount or before you look to finish, pull everything down. Make sure he doesn't get his arm out. But now we're going to step off to the side. Here we dismount. My left foot comes in line with his shoulders. Now you may not be flexible enough, as I probably am not, to keep knee on belly and go up here. That's fine. You can move your other leg off if you need. Now from here, once this left foot is in line, I'm actually going to drop this hip and pressure in this way. One arm, very easy, no grip. You basically just have to hold the armpit. And if you want to do two hands, I like to turn this palm down, get a gable grip, and then I lean away. Now, a very important concept with the arm triangle is our weight distribution. Even some more experienced people can struggle with this because they'll get in good position, they'll have good pressure, maybe in a good squeeze, but right now I'm making a grave mistake and it's not so obvious what it is. Where do you feel the weight?
I feel it on my ribs, on
Right.
my right ribs.
Your ribs will often be in contact with them without you being conscious of it. So your grips are tight, you're here, it's like this little cavity you're creating under your chest. So the weight goes to, you okay?
Yeah.
So it's a little difficult to see, but maybe we can demonstrate here. So right now my weight is on my chest and my shoulder. Now it's just on my shoulder. So that precision is valuable. And one thing we were talking about a second ago is the idea of, well, are all these details really for self-defense? Isn't self-defense super basic?
Because a lot of people are going to be going, I just want some moves that I can use in a fight, and like forget all this fancy weight distribution stuff.
Sure. For me, self-defense is not a basic consideration. It's the first thing you start with, but you could be a brown belt and be using your heightened skill to better, more efficiently deal with a self-defense situation. And the Gracie brothers talk a lot about getting letters from purple belts who have never learned how to defend punches on the ground and feeling frustrated. Those people are ready for more details. So if you don't have self-defense in your arsenal, the idea is, and you are, say, already practicing jiu-jitsu, this is a complement to your training, but I don't believe in like shirking details just because it may be beginners who try to pick it up. Now, if you are a beginner who's trying to learn all these pieces, same with any move. Just try to get the big idea first. Can you get your arms in the right spot? Don't worry if you're choking them. Okay, are your arms in the right spot? Even that chest piece would be like the last thing I would think about. I would think about just the kind of gross motor pieces and build.
They can get the forearm off the throat and hold on to the guy for a couple of minutes while the police arrive,
Right.
And not get choked.
Not get choked, not get stressed.
They've won.
Be calm and relaxed in the situation.
Or at least they haven't lost.
That's it.
So survive first, win later.
Of course.